Hello and welcome. Today we're going to talk about, have you performed a reference check on your future employer? You know, when we do a job search, we are so used to having our references checked, our backgrounds checked, all sorts of checks. But what about performing a reference check on the future employer? Very important, because what we're trying to do is we're trying to get a full picture of that employer. So you want to check these reviews and see what their culture is like and what people say about them. You know, remember, the job interview process is a two-way street. You want to be sure to find a good job that matches your values, your skills, and the type of work environment that you're comfortable in. This video will talk about the ways in which you can evaluate an employer's references or reviews and how to evaluate those reviews. Hello and welcome. My name is Dawn Casey with over 20 years of leading human resource departments and the recruitment function. I now help people with their career challenges, changes, and of course questions. This is the Career Rescue Coach YouTube channel. What makes this channel a little bit different is that I've been helping employees for the last 20 years navigate the career waters, as well as navigating those myself with great success that I share with you. Thank you so much for tuning in. Be sure to subscribe. Now, let's get to our topic. Checking references or reviews on employers should be part of all job seekers' process. It's easy to find reviews, but it's also important to evaluate the trends and ask questions when interviewing with an employer to better understand their environment and their challenges. In looking up reviews on a company, there are two main sources. We've all heard of Glassdoor, but there's also Indeed.com. Now, both Glassdoor and Indeed.com run you through a series of questions that you can answer and then also assign a 5-point scale to. Then they allow open comments. Glassdoor asks you to do the pros and cons, versus Indeed is a more open format. But in both cases, both platforms are free and something so easily and readily available to look up. Everyone should be doing this. In evaluating company reviews, here's some things to keep in mind. It's best to look through all of the reviews. Look for trends. This means trends or 3 or more issues on the same topic. Then prepare a question or two around the issues and ask the employer about them. Look at Glassdoor and Indeed.com so that you get a well-rounded picture. Trend the combined issues. Consider overall ratings. We know that on both of these sites that 5 is the highest score a company can get. So if someone is hovering between a 1 or a 2, the company is probably not a great company to work for. 3 is average, and of course anything 4 or 5 is a great score. Companies may have resolved issues already. Keep this in mind. What is difficult about these reviews is that there's no real place for employers to respond directly to the complaints. So whatever the issue may be, maybe past management issues or so forth, they may have already resolved these. That's why you want to ask questions. Never turn down an opportunity with a company solely based on their reviews. Don't write off an employer without asking questions. And keep in mind, it's human nature. It's more likely that unhappy employees will leave a review than happy ones. So be sure to balance this out. There's just as many good as there are not so good reviews. So look at the whole picture. Recently, I interviewed for a company and I looked at their reviews on Glassdoor and on Indeed.com, and they mostly had good reviews. In other words, they were trending in the positive direction. But there are a few problems within their management team. So when I spoke to them in the interview, I was sure to ask them about the challenges they had had with management and what was going on. I learned that the entire management team was new. They had all been in place for only about 1 to 2 years, so they were straightening out a lot of things, and they had let some bad managers go recently. So I was so glad I asked about what had occurred. It gave me a very different perspective. So the bottom line here is that you should absolutely include reviews as part of your job search strategy, but don't rely on it solely. Trend the reviews and verify with questions in person when you interview with that employer. This way you get a much better overall picture of that organization to help you make the best decision possible. Thank you so much for being here. Be sure to subscribe to this channel and push the bell. And be sure to check out the Career Rescue Coach Facebook page. Also, I have a Pinterest page as well as a blog page coming very soon. Be sure to leave your comments below, as I'd love to hear from you and any ideas that you have or any topics you'd like me to discuss. Thank you so much for tuning in. My name is Dawn Casey as a career rescue coach. Remember, change your job, change your life. Be safe and be well.